right, man. I've been slacking off. I gotta tell the people about your message. That's my job. Take it to the people and let them know. I'm talking to you. You've got to get it together. You've got to get yourself in line. You're the one. If you don't do it, nobody will. Talk to me.
Jacques Lacan réinterprétait toutes ses théories et sa paranoïa et ses innovations analytiques.
I love you, Erich. I love you. I love you, Erich. Alright, enough of that. Doesn't explain anything about the mirror stage. The mirror stage is an important part of Lacan. And since I know nothing about it, I am going to travel through the mirror and into scenic NYU, where Lacanian professors run wild and free, ready to explain any little bit for the asking. I know Suzanne Verderber lives here somewhere, along with her non-Lacanian partner, Paul Narkunis. Let's drop in and see if they're there.
Well, Erich, the question is, what is it that draws you to Lacan? And maybe we can start there. Because psychoanalysis is always about a dialogue with the other, so you're implicated in your own documentary. What would you like to know about Lacan, and what draws you to this subject?
Do you understand that? Do you get that? That's the story of Jacques Lacan.
This would be Paul Narkunis, who maintains himself as a bit of a cynic when it comes to Lacanian theory.
Cynic? That's an understatement.
We could even start with the name itself, Lacan. It's such a cool name. Like, who wouldn't want to actually, ultimately, besides Paul Narkunis, become a Lacanian? One of Lacan's key concepts, which is translated in English as the name of the father, but in French it's far more interesting because it's the nom du père, which is the nom in French has two possible spellings, N-O-N, nom, meaning no in French, and N-O-M, meaning name in French. And this is Lacan's symbolic transposition of Freud's theory of the Oedipus complex, except he's, instead of talking about the real biological father, which Freud kind of stumbled along with throughout his career, Lacan takes the father and turns the father into a symbolic function. And it's the function that the child has to pass through as they become a human member of society, a participant in social laws, by passing through the father as an authority figure. And so the father, the nom du père, in the sense of the know of the father, is that being in the child's life who stands for social prohibitions. It's the figure who puts a limit on the child's enjoyment, and particularly the child's sexual enjoyment. As Lacan would say, their jouissance, and says that being a member of society is about submitting to prohibitions. But the nom du père as the names of the father is the more positive function of the father, and then it's through the father function that the child passes from this exclusive relationship with the maternal figure into the social order by assuming the names of the father, and the names of the father are the points of connection in a society between the individual and social structure. So in that sense, when I explain it that way, Lacan sounds like a very conservative, patriarchal theorist, and that's one of the biggest objections that, say, feminists in the 70s and 80s had to Lacan. But I think there's a much more subtle understanding of that, in that Lacan's basically describing society as it exists. It is a patriarchal society.
Aha! So I was getting somewhere at last. He was a misogynist, just like the rest of his French. Wow, all these things we're learning about Lacan. But there's all sorts of therapists and psychoanalysts. I'm just a regular one, but a real Lacanian psychoanalysis can work on anyone. Humans, birds, cheetahs, crabs, even horses. It's true, and we're gonna go meet one right now. A horse doctor. Hi.
Well, hello. Come in, Dr. Erich.
Thank you.
Hello, boys and girls.
Who do you have in here today?
This is a pony who today is very, very upset. Pony, why don't you tell me while you're upset today? this pony is probably obsessed with its ideal ego, or what Freud originally called what the subject really wants to be. This pony is not a pony proper, but a pony that is alienated from its own image. And this pony in particular is suffering from neurosis. I will write it for you.
Thank you.
Neurosis.
Gosh, those horses were awful strange. I don't know if we really learned what we're looking for about Lacan from either Lacanian professor Susie Verteber, although she was very instructive. We learned a little bit about the nom and noms of the pairs, the pair of noms, I think. And then I don't know what the horse doctor told you, but I was really confused, because it occurred to me that horses don't even speak English. And she was using English. We all know that they're Russian. And I don't hold that against them. Neither should you, because that's prejudice. Just because they're weird communists, there were communists. Don't even get me started. God damn it. Now let's think about what Lacan would have wanted us to talk about. Have we even seen Lacan today? No. But I've got some extra special footage that I'm going to show you right now. Roll 'em! Now you see, Lacan was in a lot of different movies throughout the years. Here he is in early footage known as Lacan in the Symptom of Death. You can see the hands of fate reaching out to boost him into immortality, push him into immortality. Oh, he's frightened, but will he yield? No. We see the Lacanian urge in his eyes, that glint of madness that would one day lead other French theosophists to look upon him with awe and consternation. This rare film shows Lacan on the brink of madness, or is it discovery? He's being pushed forward by a ghostly air into the future,
actually
into
recorded on
mythology
celluloid.
itself.
He was going slightly insane. He was hearing voices from his own mind, talking sometimes twice in the same moment. This was he's fine. Listen, while I'm showing you all these weird movies, I want to show you this fucker from 1947 called Scared to Death. It's got Bela Lugosi in it. This chick opening the package is already dead at the start of the movie. She's narrating it from a slab on the morgue. Some weird detective is following her around, and some guy in a green mask is haunting her, and she just received a package. Let's watch.
Which way do you go? Get out! Get out! I just heard you yell. I was hoping it was a murder at least.
Get out! I tell you, you have no business here.
Well, but you don't understand. I'm supposed to be here. That's what I'm being paid for. Nothing personal, of course.
Who told you to say these things to me?
Well, nobody said nothing to me.